You might be telling yourself that you'll start when you feel ready, but the hard truth is that you're never going to feel ready until you actually start. In this video, I'll talk about why as creators that we do delay starting, and why once you have started, you wish that you did it sooner. So first of all, why is it we actually hesitate? Why do we delay in starting whatever our creative outlet could be? For me, it was about creating a YouTube channel, and I spent months and months researching on YouTube, ironically, how to make perfect videos and how to kind of get myself ready, what gear I should be buying. And the reality is that I've gone full circle on that approach, and now I'm just sitting in my garden with a relatively cheap microphone speaking to my camera on my phone. I didn't need any of that, all the other stuff to get started. I just needed to sit down in front of the camera and start speaking. So why did I hesitate? I guess it was probably for a number of reasons, and I'm going to touch on what they could be. There's two reasons I think that we delay in starting. One's fear, and we'll touch on a little bit about that, and the other is procrastination over and resistance over things that are difficult. And that can kind of tie into the fear. Procrastinating over things that are difficult can be, they're technically difficult, as in you don't have the skills yet on how to do things. So if you're not tech savvy, for example, creating a YouTube channel and recording and editing videos could be deemed hard, and there's a resistance to do anything that's difficult. Difficult could be emotionally difficult as well. So not feeling confident to put yourself in front of camera is another example. And because it feels alien to us and it feels strange and it feels difficult, then we basically shy away from it. Kind of focusing on the kind of fear factor, first of all, there's lots of ways that fear can manifest itself in any kind of creative outlet, I suppose. Showing that creativity, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's art or music, whatever it might be, there's that fear of judgment. What if people don't like it? What if people make fun of me? What if, especially with YouTube, you are putting yourself out there to the whole world potentially to see, and there's the risk that people will leave negative comments and all that kind of stuff. So there's the fear of judgment. There is the imposter syndrome that is inside you that tells you you're not ready, that tells you that you're not qualified enough to do this, that you need to learn more before you can actually start and people will take you seriously. But the mindset shift that worked for me to get me from just thinking about starting creating and actually executing was to treat my YouTube channel as a process that I can bring viewers along on the journey. More and more now, YouTube audience is looking for authenticity. They're looking for people to be real. As long as you are providing value to your audience, then that audience really cares about the value. They don't care about things being perfect. If you're not the most confident on camera, if or you don't have a fancy YouTube studio with fancy lights, that doesn't matter. The best videos that I've made have just been me outside speaking to my phone. No fancy gear, no fancy studio setup. I'm not a particularly confident person in terms of delivering my videos. I still lose my train of thought. I'm not completely polished. I've tried to do that through scripting my videos, but it just feels wooden. It feels flat. People, I think, are far more engaged with me through just honest, unscripted, off-the-cuff discussion like what we're doing now. So the truth is that you don't actually need to feel ready to start. You just need to start. Start speaking to the camera. You will get better at speaking to the camera with practice. I already have, and I'll maybe put a little clip at the end of this video from my first video, and hopefully you'll see an improvement. Maybe you won't, but you do become more comfortable over time. And you learn to realize that you do not need fancy gear. You don't need a dedicated space. I'm just outside. Granted, it is almost November and it's cold, and I'm wishing I had put a jacket on. But I don't need anything other than just my phone and ideally a little microphone. Once you start to look at your creative journey as a process, you commit to sharing that process. You kind of let go of that kind of, I need to be ready. The truth is, your audience doesn't care about all that other stuff either. If you have something to say that has an audience, a particular audience in mind, and is going to offer that audience value, then you are ready. It doesn't matter how you deliver it, as long as you get the value across. So if you're fluffing your lines, and if you are losing your train of thought, and if it's not particularly well edited, maybe there's no editing involved in the video at all, these are all things that you can get better at. You can just speak to the camera, one take, embrace the mistakes. That is you being human. And that's what people want. People want to see real people. I think people have grown tired of super polished videos that are read from a script and are delivered with no real personality, especially in this kind of new world we're in with AI content now. I think people are craving human connection way more than ever before. And part of being human is mistakes. Therefore, you will relate, your audience will relate to you on a far more personal and intimate level when they see the human in you. In terms of that fear factor of, I don't feel ready because I'm not confident, I'm not super polished in my delivery, I'm not a great video editor. You can shelve that stuff for now. Don't let that be the barrier that you put in front of yourself if it's going to stop you from just getting that first few videos out there. You can commit yourself to learning those things and improving on those things, learning a little bit of basic video editing. And spoiler alert, it isn't actually as difficult as you think. Very basic edits can actually make a video look a lot better. You can learn those things. You can brush up on your delivery. Your delivery will just organically get better the more you practice doing this. So whether it's an emotional barrier that you're putting in front of yourself, self-confidence or self-doubt or that imposter syndrome, or whether it's a more of a technical barrier in terms of how to use fancy gear, how to edit videos, you can start really basic, just as I'm doing now. I've been doing this for 6 months. And as I say, I've tried to create a nice studio space. I've bought lights. I've bought microphones. Actually, the most effective thing for me is to unscripted just come out and outside, put my phone on a £10 tripod and just chew the fat, just off the cuff. So that should not let you stop getting started. Why will you regret not starting? I'll touch a little bit about that. Everyone I speak to in the kind of community that I've built up on YouTube over this last 6 months, not one person has said they're glad that they waited. Everyone has said that they wish they'd done it sooner. And that could apply to whatever creative outlet that you're trying to get involved in. And, in my case, it's YouTube, and the people I speak to, it's YouTube. But that's the only regret people have is not starting sooner. Why is that? A lot of people I speak to are looking to start channels because they want to grow it into a business of some sort, or even just growing the channel to the point that it becomes monetized and they can benefit from things like AdSense. And the real truth of the matter is that unless you're particularly lucky, then it does take time. So the sooner you start, the sooner you can get there. The other reason that a lot of people wish they'd started sooner is because you grow as a person. You learn a lot of new skills. You gain a new level of confidence in yourself that you maybe didn't realize you had. Talking to a camera, again, I'll come back to that. That felt so strange to me. Practicing that and learning and researching about how to improve my delivery has improved me as a person in terms of being a better communicator. And that applies not just to these videos that I make, but in my work life as well. I have a full-time job where I'm in meetings every day, all day. The things I've learned, the skills I've acquired have made me a better communicator, and it's improved my work life. It's improved the relationships I have with family and friends because I feel like I can express myself better. So you grow as a person and you learn new skills. As I said before, things like video editing and fancy gear and how to different camera settings and all this type of stuff. You don't need it to start with, but if you want to commit yourself to your process of improving, then you will, over time, start to learn things. You know, I have learned things in this last 6 months. I'm sure I'll learn a lot more in the months to come. And these are often transferable skills. Marketing, you know, your title and your thumbnail, your video is essentially a form of marketing. It's how you are promoting your video to a potential viewer, which is just like trying to market a product or a service to a potential customer. So you start to learn a little bit about that. You start to learn a little bit about keywords and search engine optimization and all this type of stuff. These are all transferable skills that you can apply to other areas outside of YouTube. There's also the community that you build. You know, I urge everyone who starts a YouTube channel to throw themselves into the community side of it. That obviously comes through engaging with the people that you will find organically find your channel and become frequent visitors of your channel. And are commenting on your videos, engaging with those people. If you do live videos, you will find that you, the kind of usual people that attend your lives, and you can communicate with them on real time, which makes it a far more intimate level. The other channels, the other creators on YouTube that you discover and, you know, comment and engage on their channels, you quickly build that community of like-minded people, because you all have that thing in common. You're all creators, you all get it, and you offer each other that support. Before you started your channel, you might not know anyone else who does that. You might not know many people who would get why you would do YouTube channel. It can feel a little bit isolating. That can be a contributing factor to why you maybe don't start, because it feels quite a lonely thing when those first few videos that you publish don't get that many views, and I'm going to make a video specifically about that. It can feel like you're alone. It might make people feel like they don't want to start because they think it would be quite a lonely experience. I thought it would be quite a lonely experience, but it's not. You very quickly start to build community and kind of find your tribe. And that, for me, is probably one of the most rewarding things. I've made friends through my YouTube channel, friends that I'm in contact with outside of the platform now. And that is huge in terms of accountability, because you have your tribe who are looking forward to your next content, and it kind of helps keep you accountable for continuing to keep creating even through the struggles, because there are struggles as a small creator on YouTube for sure, but you will undoubtedly regret not starting sooner. So the best time to start, if you haven't, is now. If you have started and you're thinking about throwing in the towel, don't. If you're a few videos in and you're watching this and you think that it's all for nothing, no one's watching, you will get there. You will find your tribe, you'll find your community, and you'll be glad when you did, and you'll be glad that you didn't throw in the towel. Hopefully you find this useful. I really hope if you haven't started yet, you use this video as the motivation to actually take the leap, to publish that first video. If you're at all interested on some help on getting started on YouTube, I have links below in my description and on my channel page on how you can book some one-to-one coaching with me to help you get started, to help you formulate a path forward and a strategy for your channel. If you have already started and you're looking for me to review your channel and your videos so far, I'm also offer that service, and there are links to how you can get into that in the description. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you took something from it. Let me know in the comments where you're at with your YouTube journey right now, and I will get back to every one of you. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.